Sports cars tend to age more slowly than more common models. This is reinforced by how fresh the Jaguar F-Type is after 6 years. But now the British Roadster and Coupe will get an edgy new look for 2021, along with a modest package of mechanical revisions. Whether to agree with the revised F-Type front will largely depend on subjective preference, with the original car's headlights being replaced by a narrower unit that was mounted much lower and now under the redesigned hood. The overall effect is reminiscent of the appearance of the Audi R8, and makes the front of the car appear much wider than before. The new headlights incorporate 4 separate LED units as well as an LED street light underneath. The front bumper also gets deeper bottom side intakes. Other changes are more subtle. The vents mounted on the front fender now sport the Jaguar logo, and on the rear a reshaped 2021 F-Type taillights seemingly inspired by the Jaguar I-PACE-EV. The rear bumper has also been redesigned, with the recessed license plate having a manlier angle. As before, the 4-cylinder car will have a single central exhaust, while the one powered by the V8 will have a pair on each side. Inside, the F-Type has got a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster that's also capable of displaying navigation data. There's also a larger 10.0-inch touchscreen in the center of the dashboard, with an expansion that eliminates the button line previously located to its right. It runs the latest version of the JLR InControl Pro infotainment software, although the F-Type avoids the sometimes confusing dual-screen setup of other models and still uses conventional climate control. Simplification of powertrain options. Now the choices between a 296 horsepower turbocharged 2.0-liter 4-cylinder, a 3.0-liter V6 380 horsepower supercharged for the R Dynamic model, and a 5.0-liter supercharged 575 horsepower V8 for the 340 HP version of the R. The Low is no longer available, and the V8, which previously produced 550 horsepower in the F-Type R, now matches the power output previously only available in the more exclusive SVR, which has now been dropped. The manual gearbox option died out in America last year and hasn't returned with a revised car. All versions of the 2021 F-Type get an 8-speed automatic gearbox as standard, and Jaguar says it benefits from faster shifting. The 2.0-liter engine will be offered exclusively with rear-wheel drive, while the V6 and V8 will be available exclusively with all-wheel drive. Jaguar claims a time of 5.4 seconds 0 to 60 mph for 2.0 liters and 3.5 seconds for R. And the V8 will now be available with what it describes as a quiet start function, meaning an anti-exhaust soundtrack, social when used gently. Other mechanical changes include new springs and sway bars and a revised adaptive damper. The rear suspension knuckles now use aluminum moldings, and the wheel bearings have been increased for increased rigidity. The carbon ceramic brakes previously offered on the F-Type SVR are now an option on the FR-Type. While none of the revisions talk about a fitted F-Type cabin or a cute little trunk, they have refreshed the proposition of what remains to be a very attractive sports car.